What was that? It's me, Kayla.
Oh, it's also me, Aubrey.
Don't worry, you're not haunted. Yet.
This podcast contains all the spoilers. You've been warned.
These witches curse. If you don't like cursing, then you're in for some toil and trouble. If you don't mind cursing, then let the cauldron bubble, baby.
Shh. Screaming Meemies is starting now.
Hey, haunted humans. This was our first episode, Oddity. Since we had released it, we did a lot of work. I mean, I feel like we really improved. And Aubrey and I both felt like this episode really deserved another walkthrough with the flair that we have now.
Yes, definitely.
Please enjoy our first and 10th episode, Oddity. Oddity opens on a stunning Irish landscape amidst some spooky music. Juan.
I'm gonna do some wine, I'm gonna turn these lights off.
You know, if you don't drink wine out of coffee cups, have you ever really drank wine?
You know, you're right. We are watching Oddity, by the way.
So this kind of violin situation is what I was hoping to go for our themey song.
Ooh, cool. I'm super excited.
Kind of haunting violin sound.
Ooh, that's a pretty house. We are transported to an old ranch-style castle in the middle of the forest. We meet a brunette woman named Dani, working on renovating the castle. She has a DSLR camera set up in the corner of the large entryway, taking photos whenever it detects motion, as she works on this house alone. That's not haunting.
That's weird.
Okay, did she, intentionally set up a ghost camera, or what?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We need to take a moment to accurately describe this remote setting. There's a large square courtyard in the middle, with the castle itself bordering it. The inside is a stone castle with high ceilings, but initially meant for one level. The renovations entail adding a wooden second-level loft-style banister to the entryway. That way, if you're on the second level, you can see everything going on below you. They also built a wall inside to have a bathroom on the bottom floor, with the stairs leading up to a bedroom. And a wooden banister lines the edge of the entryway to get to the other side of the house. We see Dani place a pretty big square piece of wood down on the second floor, seemingly set up for some remodeling purpose in the future.
Dani is surprised to hear a buzz from her phone as she is walking across the second story. What an interesting...
Wow, look at how beautiful that looks.
That's cool, but also so strange. Typical response. Anyone freaks out when the phone buzzes. Completely unusual event.
It's so odd to get a message. Next, we find ourselves witness to a bleak asylum where an orderly is accosting a patient who was simply drawing outside. The severe orderly's name is Ivan, and the artistic patient is named Declan.
Okay, so this is definitely based in 2024, right? That is a very old-timey nurse outfit that guy was wearing. Rude. We briefly see another patient locked in his room with a harness around his mouth as he chews and gnaws at his restraints. Then we see Dr. Timmis, the head doctor at the asylum. Dani calls her husband, Dr. Ted Timmis, to check in on him. We learn that he works nights and she's staying at their not-quite-ready home tonight. Dani mentions she's a little worried about her sister Darcy as they haven't touched base in a while. Dani seizes the signal and calls Darcy and leaves a message saying, "Guess what?
We are connected."
So, by the accents, where do you think this is?
Somewhere in England.
Irish.
You think Irish? Oh, that could be.
I was gonna say, I think she sounds Irish. But the guy sounds not Irish, so...
You're right.
Could
the
have
way
been either
she
way.
said, we are, you
Yeah.
know.
And the fact that she just called and her sister and her last name was O'Donnell, I want to say.
I'm so terrible at picking up on accents, but I immediately want to mimic all of them.
Oh, yeah, no, me too.
Every D&D game, I always want to do a character with an accent, but I can never fully commit because I don't know any accent well enough.
It's hard to keep it going.
Oh, it's so good. She's such a good
She's like,
girl.
ooh, we're watching spooky movies. I love spooky movies.
Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Boo. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Huh.
Presley said there's ghosts in those trees out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Didn't she say that somewhat recently about the corn as well? At least she pointed at the corn. Maybe she meant the trees.
When you were there, yeah, that's true. She had been trying to tell me that, like, ghost scary, and I was like, where are you seeing a ghost? And she said out there, and then I found out that it's out in the trees, and then I was trying to figure out what she's saying, and Rye said she's saying that there's ghosts in the trees out there, and I said, why do you think that there's ghosts out there? And she didn't answer, and I said, Riley, why do you think she thinks there's ghosts out there? She said, I don't know, I think it's because of the way they move. I don't know. Later that night, Danny goes outside in the pitch dark to retrieve her phone from her car, decidedly leaving the front door wide open. You can see that she has set up a tent in the main entryway of the house and looks about as comfy as sleeping on a stone castle floor. As she's rummaging in the car, she hears something loud behind her. She grabs a flashlight to investigate, but decides to walk back inside the house and close the door. As soon as she does, she hears someone trying to open the little speakeasy window in the front door.
Did you lock the door, lady? Doesn't look like you did.
Goodness. Okay, I'm already getting spooked. Absolutely not.
A man with a clearly handmade freaky glass eye peeks through the speakeasy window and asks her to open the door. His name is Olin Boole. He pleads with her to let him in the house because he saw someone sneak into the house while the door was open.
Why would I trust you?
This is why you always lock the door.
She tells Olin that her husband will be back soon, and he says, Dr. Timmis works nights. Horror washes over her as she realizes that he must be a patient at the asylum. Oh, she gonna die, huh?
Mm-hmm. Danny starts getting a little panicky as he asks if anyone is in the house. She asks Olin to leave or she will call the cops. He implores her to call the cops. And then she says she can't find her phone. Danny asks Olin what he will do if he comes in. He says he would look around the house and leave if no one is there. She very hesitantly nearly opens the door as Olin backs away and the credits roll. Oddity. If this dude wants to kill you, he's playing a very convincing not want to kill you vibe.
His pupil on that one eye is so dilated.
I think his eye is actually blind. It's like a genetic anomaly.
But I mean, on the one eye that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
white, it's like so dilated.
Yeah. Hell no. He was doing pretty okay until he started looking really sketch there at the end. But yeah, this is why you lock the door. All the time. Max makes fun of me all the time for it, but...
Well, but also, like, if your husband is a doctor of, like, psychiatric medicine, you definitely don't open the door for a patient for sure.
No.
Then we see Declan drawing in his room at the asylum, listening to the radio. You can even spot a hand-drawn portrait of Olin Boole and his distinct and unusual glass eye. I want to get wine, but I'm worried I'm going to spill it. The hardest part about watching horror movies
I know, right?
is not spilling your wine.
It's gonna be really diligent about the sip and set it down. Declan hears some commotion in the hallway and silences his radio. He cracks open his door, hears some rather otherworldly howling and shrieking noises, and immediately slams it shut. Oh.
That sounded monster-like.
Yeah, that sounded like a monster. Better hope that door's locked, dude.
He scrambles to hide under his bed as the door creaks back open. He covers his hands over his mouth to hold his breath.
Why?
A grown man hiding under the bed is never a comforting feeling.
An interesting menagerie of noises happening right now. Dude. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't see you.
Some people breathe so loudly when they're in positions where they should be staying very quiet.
Mm-hmm. That thing sounded like a Demogorgon spliced with like a gray lady or something. Like a shrieking. It was a weird combo. After the scary noises pass, Declan goes to investigate, finds another patient's room wide open and a puddle of blood where a man's head used to be. That man? The man with the glass eye, Olin Boole. Oh my god, why would you stick your hand in that man's fucking blown up brain? Is it like a seeing stone? Yeah, just wipe it on myself. Good thing you touched that thing, bro.
Cut to a rather albino-looking blind woman sitting in a curio shop who's looking suspiciously like Danny. The door jingles open and she tells the customer not to touch anything as everything is cursed. She mentions that most people who steal from her shop return the items due to their bad luck. The customer is Ted. He says that her mother would be proud. A smile crosses her face as she realizes that it is Ted. The porcelain skin woman with the white hair is Darcy, his sister-in-law. She gives Ted a hug, and he asks about the curio she was assessing.
She says the antique bell is from an old hotel, and it's haunted by a disgruntled bellboy's spirit. A not very nice man worked as a bellboy for most of his life, and was shoved down the stairs to his death by a drunk guest. A few days later, the receptionist rang the bell to summon the new bellboy, and found the ghost of the pissed-off old bellboy sprinting towards her. Ted eggs her on to ring it because he believes this is all bullshit because he's a doctor, and she tells him not to play around, as the last two people who rang the bell ended up dead. This guy is the image of fuck around and find out. Yeah, save it for Ted for later, because we're all going to want to kill him, I think.
Ted gives Darcy the glass eye that belonged to Olin Boole. When Declan died recently, they found it in his belongings. Darcy accepts it with gloved hands. Ted says that he should have known that Olin was dangerous, and he should have never been released.
Nailed it. There you go. Perfect. Keep it. No, don't. No notes.
Never. Iris.
Iris.
Is she putting on specific gloves?
Looks like it. Wonder if she's got that Theo thing.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that guy's eye was so unique and interesting that when they found that eye, maybe he was like a warg. Like maybe he could put his image out in the world. So maybe he interacted with her, but he wasn't really there. Darcy absolves him of guilt as he asks why she wants the glass eye. She says that she wants to know what was going through his head when he killed her sister and when he was murdered. I mean, how could he kill her and then he went back to the asylum and then he got his head exploded by a monster? What?
We gonna find out.
Right?
Darcy says that she would like to have dinner on the first anniversary of her sister's death, as it is coming up next week. He's rather non-committal, but agrees, saying that we're trying to get more settled in the house. She's shocked to hear that Ted already has a girlfriend. He says that Yana is a pharmaceutical rep, and that he knows her from the hospital, and she was there for Ted when Danny died. In an attempt to smooth things over with Darcy, who is clearly still struck by this news, he vaguely invites her up to the house.
How long were you with Danny? While Darcy is walking home, the last voicemail she got from Danny plays. Guess what? We are connected. Danny says she took Darcy's advice and set up the camera on a time-lapse to capture some ghosts.
Like that
Should
one?
we keep that ghost? Danny is surprised with such an old house. She's only catching orbs, not one ghost. She thinks she may have scared away any spirits from the renovations. Renovations don't normally scare them off.
Danny says she misses Darcy and hopes to see her soon. Darcy, looking like she's on the brink of tears, uncovers the glass eye in her house, takes off her gloves, and touches it. She has a clairvoyant touch, also known as psychometry, giving her the ability to touch things and see the object's history. She's gonna take off the gloves.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how insane it would be to live your life like that?
Ugh.
Like anything you touch?
I would not want that.
Ugh, yeah, right. Not to mention people you touch. Anything. Anyone. She sees a hooded figure all in black, wearing a white porcelain mask in her sister's house.
She rushes to the back room of her shop where she slowly approaches a big antique trunk. Amongst some of her creepier collectibles back there, a terrifying and botched-looking taxidermied rabbit toy claps his cymbals as she touches the trunk.
Ugh, I don't like that.
Skewy.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Man, the confidence. Man, I can't wait for you to see this fucking thing. It's horrifying. It's so awful.
Everything in here is cursed, and now there's a locked chest.
Oh, look, the monkey. Did you see the monkey?
I
Tink,
did
tink,
not
tink.
see it. Oh, there it is, yeah.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
She has her own Ed and Lorraine Warren haunted museum. Oh my god.
Ah!
Oh, I hated that. It was like a horrifying taxidermied stuffed rabbit. Ted wakes up in the same house that his wife died in, stretches and goes downstairs to chat with Yana.
She says she didn't sleep last night because she's scared to be there all alone at night. She looks through Danny's camera and asks him if he wants to keep the photos of his wife. He knee-jerk reacts no. She says it would be weird if he didn't want to keep some memory of her.
He would have a Rorschach painting on his wall. This guy is such a douche. Those pictures kind of look like rot, like spreading.
And, like, yeah, veins.
Mm-hmm. He's a fucking psychologist and she had to say that to him? Then she shows him a photo she took last night. It seems relatively normal until she points out a floating little head in the darkness of the bathroom. It looks like Danny. Ted is in denial. Yana then tells him that last night on her way to bed, she turned off the light in the second-floor hallway and saw Danny. He calls her crazy, saying he deals with crazy at work and doesn't need more of it at home. What a fuckface.
This guy's the worst.
He's such a douche. Obviously, he killed her.
She pushes back, saying the lack of sleep is fucking with her and they need to move back to her apartment until the house is finished. Ted says Yana sounds like Darcy, speaking of ghosts and nonsense.
What is she getting out of this relationship? Just that he's a doctor? Because otherwise he's a douchebag.
I've definitely like my fair share of douchebags. I don't know how much I can judge a person.
Yana informs Ted that Darcy sent a big locked trunk and then spots Darcy out the front window. Ted leads Darcy into the house and introduces her to Yana. Yana seems peeved that she didn't know Darcy was coming. Darcy says that Ted invited her for Danny's death-iversary. Darcy asks if they can make it work for tonight since she's already there. He says he has to go to work and Yana is going back to the city for the night. Darcy says she will stay there alone. Yana's pissed, quietly mouthing WTF. Everybody's just being an ableist douchebag right now. I like the ladies looking at him like, what do you mean? Like, what is she gonna do?
Darcy kneels down to unlock her trunk and shows Yana and Ted what's inside. Yana immediately leaves to prepare some bedding for Darcy. Darcy said that it was her mom's and that she would like Ted to have it. She asked Ted for a little guided tour around the house. Ted asks Darcy about her brain cancer, and she says she had a checkup recently and it's going well. He bids her adieu, and Yana jumps on Ted about how weird the situation is. He tells her she can leave Darcy there for the night since she can't take a hint. Ted pieces out. Yana is super freaked out by whatever is in the trunk and slams it shut. But not before we get a sneak peek of a couple of wooden hands inside. As if summoned, Darcy tells Yana that it was given to her parents by a witch as a wedding present. She says wood is a traditional 5th-year anniversary gift, and it's super rare. Yana flat out says she doesn't like it.
Is she gonna stay there to show her around?
Ugh. What?
Man, this Yana girl also been a big old bitch. Back at the asylum, we see Hannibal Lecter still chewing away at his harness like a 6-month-old puppy. Noodle.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, they've shown him before, and I don't want to know what he's chewing on. You know?
Yeah.
Ted goes to work and pulls out Declan's file, the artist. He starts seeing some pretty disturbing drawings of a wooden-looking man brutally murdering someone, which gives even him a hearty skeptic pause.
Okay. Alright. So it looks like that was the wooden man that crushed that guy's skull. Cool.
Yeah. Haunted.
Yana tries to leave, and Darcy asks if she can make her some dinner. Yana tells her to get something from the fridge and notices that the wooden man from the trunk is sitting at the end of the dining room table, mouth agape. She asks Darcy why she took it out of the trunk, and Darcy says she didn't. Yana looks for her keys and finds that she isn't going anywhere tonight. Darcy says, "I was hoping the three of us could spend some time together." I'm gonna try my best not to say anything because I want to see what you say when you see that thing.
I don't want to see it at this point.
Yeah.
I can tell it's gonna be horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Man.
Why does it look leathery?
Oh, why is its mouth open? I hate that.
What a bitch.
Such a see you next Tuesday.
Yana makes a charcuterie board and watches with disgust as Darcy fingers the food. Darcy asks Yana when she met Ted. Yana says she's known Ted for 2 years, but claims that she only started to date him after Danny died. The camera pans to the end of the table, and we get our first really good look at the wooden man.
Oh my God. Oh, how is she just
sitting there? Yeah.
No way.
I'm gonna pause that so you can know.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Isn't that just like, what the fuck?
I would not just sit
I'm not
there
gonna sit
and
there.
continue conversation.
No.
I'd be like, no, this needs to go away.
Away from me.
Away. Like, burn it in a fire.
Made of wood. Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry, you said some witch made that for your parents?
Why?
And are both of your parents dead?
Yeah, right.
Did this thing have something to do with it?
Yeah, right. Yana asks what Darcy does and says she inherited an antique shop from her mother and reads objects. She can scry information from personal items, such as knowing if a husband was faithful from holding his wedding ring. Yana serves nothing but snark and disbelief. Darcy asks Yana how she feels about sleeping in this house, the house where her sister was killed. Yana says she doesn't feel comfortable, but that she wouldn't let a strange man into the house. Do I look stupid? Darcy asks Yana if she thinks she's stupid. Yana says no. Darcy says it stands to reason that her sister wasn't stupid because they're identical. Darcy says Danny would never let a strange man into her house, and that Olin Boole didn't kill her.
Prepare for ASMR snackage while we emotionally process seeing the golem.
Wow.
I'm beginning to think it's like, when I saw that guy's eye, it kind of looked like a... Do you want one of these? Now, everyone enjoy our ASMR churro eating. I felt like the guy with the eyeball, it kind of felt like a warg. I don't think you watched Game of Thrones, did you?
Nope, sure didn't.
It's also in D&D. A warg is someone who can control another living thing. Hypothetically, that guy with the eyeball could have, taken control of that, let's go ahead and say it's a golem. Looks like a golem to me.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely looks like a golem, you're right.
Yeah. It's just I've never seen one made of wood.
Yeah, typically like clay, right?
Yeah, clay or rock. But seriously, I don't know how that lady is just sitting there, with that thing in the room. She's being, such a see you next Tuesday to this lady, but, doesn't seem to be that weirded out by the actual thing, the golem itself. It's bizarre. It's like she's more pissed her boyfriend didn't tell her about these secret plans, and that this lady just, happens to show up on the 1-year anniversary of her sister's death. Like,
Couldn't you have rescheduled it for another time?
no.
How is he, like, seeing somebody within that time?
Right? And that's why I want to know, like, how long were they together? Because, I mean, it doesn't seem like that dude had much of a grieving period.
Also, why would he want to keep that house?
Right?
Wasn't she killed there?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to keep the house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude, I think he's like a fucking sociopath. He doesn't care about anyone.
And I mean, he's a doctor. It's not like he's not making enough money to, like, lose a little bit on selling the house and get a new house. Like,
Plus, it's not like they're, like, restoring this to its former glory. They're putting a bunch of, like, modern stuff in it.
also, how full
It's
of
like a
yourself
castle.
do you have to be like, I'm a doctor, and now I'm gonna have all of these, like, Rorschach paintings on
That's what I mean.
my walls, like, just to remind you that I'm a doctor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, normal people don't have Rorschach paintings. The one in the bedroom is definitely a skull. This one is, like, a cat or a bat, I want to say. They're all
I was
definitely,
thinking, like a wolf.
dude,
It's
yeah.
a little wolfy.
They're all definitely supposed to be, like, intimidating.
Sabra.
Sa! Hey, Max, you want to see this horrible thing? That. Should I rewind it again?
That is definitely something to have a casual conversation around.
I know, right? It's just, like, totally fine. No big deal. Kayla and I think it's a golem.
I mean, it's just a family tradition until that thing moves, right? Right?
That might be part of the family tradition. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Right.
Then we flash back to the night with Danny and Olin Wool. He says he will go to town and alert the police. He warns her that if she hears anything, to open the front door and run.
She hears some creepy noises and instead arms herself with a hammer and a flashlight. The only light source in the house is coming from inside her tent. She spots the camera that's been taking time-lapse photos. She switches out her hammer for the camera and zips herself inside the tent to check the photos.
Who leaves their keys in the door?
I know. It's like, who does that? You're all alone in a strange house that you're not settled in with, and you don't lock the door.
God, get away from that thing.
Ugh. Are you holding your wine?
Yeah.
Should have got a sippy cup.
Oh, God, what are you doing?
That photo, the photography is going to go off, and I'm going to lose my mind. Just so you know.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Ball peen hammer and a flashlight? Okay.
Ball peen hammer always makes me think of Cabin Fever.
Oh, man. I really liked that movie. It was gorier than what I normally like, but it was quite funny.
Same.
Is she planning on sleeping in a tent on a rock floor?
Yep.
Danny gasps as she sees a masked intruder in a photo. She trepidatiously unzips her tent and shrieks as she comes face to face with the porcelain masked man carrying her hammer.
Wow. Okay.
Why would you... This is, like, the weirdest decision ever made.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go look? Or at least, why didn't you think of that while the guy was still standing there?
This is so horrifying. Like, I know it's not real, but I feel so bad for this girl.
Right?
Like-
Like, go. Run. Now. Go. What are you doing?
Oh,
Jesus. Oh,
It was a good thing I set my wine down.
it was good. Oh, great. He has a ball peen hammer. Twinning. The next thing we see is a blood-splattered tent. Yana says that she thought that Olin was caught, the one who killed his mother. Darcy explains that Olin's abusive mother had already blinded him in one eye and was coming for the other. No wonder he killed to protect his other eye. Yana asks if Olin didn't kill Danny, then who did? Well, at least they spared us that. I mean, again, I'm gonna say the husband did it.
Yeah.
Ivan, the orderly with the severe face, goes to taunt Olin Wool. He asks what they're thinking letting someone like you out into the world.
My God, the cheekbones on that guy. What the fuck? Are you already dead? Bro. Who does your contouring?
The fuck do you know, bro?
Yana asks Darcy how she could possibly know this. Darcy opens a small box and shows Olin Bull's glass eye, saying, "Personal items work best." It's a good thing I judged that guy by his harsh contours. Harsh cheekbones.
Ivan plays chess with Dr. Timmis and invites him to go on a road trip of his childhood trauma in Comercon, a Catholic boys' school that has since burned down.
Oh, a different Comic-Con. Got it.
I definitely thought it was Comic-Con.
I know, we do! Why are you telling your employer that you're a delinquent?
Maybe he's the killer. It would be great, though, if, like, the husband had a mental break after taking in all of the mental logs of all of these people.
Right. Ted declines this burgeoning bromance. The orderly says, "You never told me your wife had a blind twin. You ran into Darcy in her shop and nearly had a heart attack when I saw your dead wife sitting there." How would you know that?
Yeah, with her white hair and stuff. That would be like seeing a ghost.
Yeah. Definitely seems like we're painting a he hired him to kill his wife vibe. But that seems a little too on the nose. Why did she deserve that?
The conversation is interrupted by a rather freaked out phone call from Yana. Yana says Darcy thinks that Ivan, the creepy orderly, killed Danny. Ted's dismissive attitude fades as he says that Darcy is clearly not well. Yana says she wants to call someone to pick her up. She also says she's nervous about Darcy's questions about when they started dating.
You're not gonna even... yeah, sus.
So I don't understand. He brought her that eye. Why would he have done that if he didn't
Want her to find out.
Yeah, or trust her ability in some way, or like, because it doesn't seem like he gives a shit about his late wife, so.
Right. Still on the phone with Ted, Yana looks over the second level, down to see Darcy sleeping on the couch. She peers down to the kitchen table to see the golem staring up at her with its wide open mouth. Explains why Ivan was so freaked out when he saw the sister.
I don't understand how they think that she can't hear them talking.
I know, right? She's blind, not deaf.
Well, and also, like she definitely...
Oh
my
no!
God! Why?
Nope. Fuck that. Max, come back.
Oh, God.
Max, come back. Yeah, come back.
He said, oh,
Come back, Max.
Smart choice.
Come look at this
God.
thing. Come look at the thing. Okay. Oh, a little bit more.
I don't want to see it again.
Okay.
Oh, it moved.
Yup. And it moves again.
Yana screams and drops her phone on the floor. She scrambles away from the banister, then looks back down to see the golem is back to sitting in its normal position, facing forward.
Fuck that, dude. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't hallucinate shit ever. So when people are like, I saw that thing move.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
did.
what I always wonder. You know,
did.
I always think of times where I'm like, this would be a fantastic time to hallucinate something.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or I even think, like, if there was a demon who was like just waiting for me to go crazy enough, like this would be a good time to present something where I maybe start feeling like I'm going crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But the things never happen, you know? So like, if something like that happened, I would definitely be like telling people.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Either I'm going insane or something is going on. Either way, get me the fuck out of here. You know?
Right? Yeah, I definitely told Max about the haunting we had in the house that one time. She goes downstairs to find her phone shattered and investigates the golem, peeking inside the mouth and inside a couple of holes in the head. God, that's awful.
What? It's so bad.
Wood? It's made of wood? Don't touch it.
Why is she so close
Don't
to it?
touch
Get
it.
away from it.
What are you doing?
Why would you tempt this?
No. No.
not
Oh, I hate it.
It has her keys.
There's
for
no
sure.
way. There's no way that thing is
Keys are
wood.
in the mouth, just reach in the mouth.
Don't even. Come over here, Max, so we can hear you
She
better.
only needs her keys. Just get your keys.
Why
Max,
is
come over
she-
here. No!
Would you ever? Would
Never.
you ever?
Never. No! Don't stick your hand in there.
Why are you doing that?
Oh my god, cut it out.
Because she knows it has her keys, but why is she gonna...
No! No! Ma'am. The fuck are you doing?
I can't. Oh my god.
I mean, she
hate it so much.
There's a sigil atop the crown of the head with 5 holes. She picks out a lock of hair, a couple of photos of Danny and Darcy that look like scrolls bound in twine, a human tooth, and a vial of blood.
Oh, great.
What the fuck? Is it a bowling ball?
It's definitely got some runes going on in there. Are there spells in there? Why the fuck would you touch that thing? Why wouldn't you wake her up first? Oh, God.
This girl, the ball's on her. I don't understand.
I
Like,
know.
what?
There's hair in there.
That, like, legit made me want to throw up, and I don't know why. Like, I don't have any problem with hair. It's just the fact that she pulled it out of the brain like that. Not the brain, the skull. I don't know. That's not a real skull. It's a wooden fucking figure. It's horrifying.
Oh, I hate that its eyeballs are just plain.
Oh, no, she's going to read something from a
Don't
scroll
do that.
is inside of it. No.
What the fuck is wrong with this lady? Don't.
She's so dumb.
You are like fuck around and
Oh my God,
find
it's
out.
a photo.
Oh, it's got to be the girls as
Yeah.
twins. But for real, like wake up the sisters. What are you doing? Jesus Christ.
I think she's pretty sus of the sister at this point.
Well, yeah, but also I'm not gonna
who's gonna be in this picture?
not gonna pretend like I know.
Oh, it's the girls again.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing.
Also,
here.
who just falls asleep sitting up like that?
I mean, maybe she's not asleep. Maybe she's in the thing. Maybe she's warging into the thing.
Ew, teeth.
Ew, a tooth. Wakala Chaosco. Oh no.
Blood. Blood. There's blood in there.
She's gonna drop it. It's gonna break. Oh, fuck. Oh, good. She didn't break it. Put them back, Darcy screams, facing her. Yana puts the objects of power back, bids her goodnight, stomps up the stairs, and turns off the light, leaving Darcy in darkness. Wow. I know she doesn't need the light, but still rude.
Darcy sits down directly across from the golem at the dining room table, mirroring its stance, sitting up straight with hands flat on the table in front of her.
Oh no, she's mirroring it. Oh. Yana goes downstairs to use the restroom, flips the switch on and sees Darcy asleep across from the golem. As she's checking herself out in the mirror, the light turns off and she hears an ethereal moan from the other side of the door. Then the light flips back on. The light switch for the bathroom is outside the door. She immediately turns around and opens the door to find Darcy and the golem unchanged. She goes upstairs to presumably not sleep from that encounter and starts looking through Danny's camera again. She finds a video of Danny and Ted in the tent of the entryway. She replays it and sees a dead version of Danny in the video. All the lights cut out of her bedroom and we see Danny's ghost in the corner scream, "Run!"
She has the most, like, upset mouth, like, naturally.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely, like, a very, like, British Karen. I don't even know. Does she have an accent? I haven't really picked up on it, now that I mention it.
Like, a subtle one. It's not as heavy as the other woman. But his also isn't.
His is, like, non-existent. Oh, yeah, take some more pictures. It'll be fine. Do you think her bitchiness is just coming from fear?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of picking up on that.
Oh! Jesus! Fuck!
Oh
my
shit.
God!
Oh, shit!
God.
Oh, wow. Wow. That really fucking escalated there real quick.
Jinkies!
Jinkies, bro!
We got a mystery on our hands, gang.
Seems like you should probably wake up the sister.
Yana runs away, trying to wake Darcy, and is shocked when she hears the trunk slam. She opens it to find her car keys. She sprints outside, looks back to see all the lights shut off, and Danny's ghostly figure peers out the open front door at her. Yana drives off in her jammies.
Darcy's gonna be all like wide-eyed, possessed.
Oh.
Don't get near that thing. Don't get near that thing.
What are you doing? Wake up, Darcy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Oh my god, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, don't.
Oh, shit.
Get out of there.
Okay.
Don't take your eyes off the road. Just drive until you get out of there.
Ted comes home early and finds the house completely dark and the front door open. Using a lantern to look around, he finds Darcy on the second floor. He sees the golem sitting in a half-turned position where Darcy was last sitting. It is scary. Don't tell me that's where the golem was sitting. Good thing in the year of our Lord 2024 he has a lantern.
How do you turn?
No!
That is so scary. How do you turn and see that and not jump?
Scream?
Yeah.
I would scream. I mean, Max comes around the corner in the hallway and I scream.
I know.
Like,
that's what I don't understand.
you don't expect that thing to be there, you know? Fucking, of course I'm gonna scream.
Oh my
God. Wow, she's very small.
Darcy is curled up on the floor and tells Ted that Danny scared off Yana. Ted confronts Darcy and claims that Olin Boole killed Danny. Darcy then admits that she killed Olin Boole, and Olin was only there to protect Danny. Ted tries to gaslight Darcy and bring her to the hospital. She refuses to be committed. Ted says he doesn't think she's a danger to herself or others, and Darcy retorts with, "But I am a danger," to Ivan. She knows that Ted convinced Ivan to kill Danny. Ted asks why Ivan would do that since he never met Danny. Darcy says, "Because you asked him to."
Because you asked him to. Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Wow, Aubrey.
Boom! Verbatim. She yells at him through tears, saying that he could have just told her the truth, that he met someone else, and that she would have gotten over him. Flashback to Ted telling Ivan the plan as Olin Boole listens through a grate connecting his room to Ted's office. Ted says that she must die because Danny loves him, and he would lose everything in the house if anyone found out about Yana. Ivan asks if he can SA her. Ted denounces him for suggesting it.
Darcy tells Ted that she planned to kill him, but would rather expose him.
Well, not if you're dead, dummy.
Ted encourages her to call the detective who investigated the murder to clear all of this up. He said he would leave his cell phone there and call it from the office to give Darcy the detective's number. He asks her to answer the phone when he calls. The phone rings and Darcy is slow to get up. She just stands there, almost as if she knows it's a trap. Unbeknownst to her, Ted picked up that little square wood covering the human-sized hole down to the first floor. On the other end of the line, he waits and waits as it rings and rings for her to go towards the phone. She goes towards it and falls through the hole.
Well, cheers, we fucking called it.
That's wild.
He had her
You
killed.
called it. I honestly did not think that that was going to be the way that it played out, but wow.
I thought they were going a little hard on the creepy Ivan guy, but the fact that she was like, no, that's the guy. Okay. Whoa, what? Where'd that come from?
Isn't that the board that she was replacing? Like the sister was replacing?
Yeah, in the beginning? Yeah. Good callback. Oh, he's such a fuck. God, such a fucking psycho. Oh, God, no. Please, no. Oh! God, she definitely broke both of her ankles. Cut to Ted accusing Ivan of telling Darcy what happened. He denies it and sends Ivan to finish her off at the house. He walks into the dark house to see the wooden man sitting at the end of the table facing upwards. Oh, great. So some more psychos in this house.
Well, of course he sent him to go finish the job.
Clean it up. Yeah, how much did he pay this guy?
I don't know, but I'm guessing that he doesn't care on this one whether it's sexually motivated or not.
Gross. That's a good point. I hate that a lot. No reaction? You didn't even know that was going to be there.
Right? He's just like, what's this?
Wow, that's really
gross.
unique. You're not going to say a fucking thing about it?
Face unfazed.
Not going to scream? Not going to... I would scream. Not every day you walk in on, like, fucking full-size wooden golem.
After searching with his flashlight, he finds Darcy lying in a pool of her own blood from a head wound. Ivan calls Ted with a coded message, and Ted tells Ivan to finish her off. With Danny's spirit looking over Darcy, Darcy says, "We are connected," and reaches her bloody hand towards Ivan, then on to her heart.
Oh,
Damn.
what the fuck? I liked her.
I liked her too.
That was bullshit.
Oh, she's still
She
alive.
fucking knew, too. Oh, yeah, it's over now. Oh, she's gonna fuck him up. Come on, Darcy. Got this. Why did she fall in the trap unless she needed blood magic? Right? Like, she hesitated at that phone call for a long time. Ivan notices a flashing light in the bedroom. He investigates and finds Danny's camera flashing. He takes a peek at the last photo taken and sees a ghostly visage on the screen. Ivan hears some haunting yawns and heads downstairs. He turns the corner and sees that the golem is no longer sitting at the table. He looks around, and as his eyes adjust to the darkness, he sees the golem hiding in the shadows at the end of the stairs. Again, no reaction. It clearly moved.
Yeah, he's just like, is there somebody else around here?
Somebody just moving this mannequin thing around?
Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
Chick chick. Caught, bitch. Caught. Evidence.
She's coming for you, motherfucker. I love how he's like, I'm gonna investigate this. That's it? That's all,
Still not fazed by the photos on the camera.
that's all the investigating you're gonna do. Look at
That's
one
good.
picture and then go on. Cool. Oh, you're so fucked. Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Oh, now you're gonna react. All right.
Ooh, I hate it.
Oh, there ain't no way in hell you're escaping that thing.
Yep. Karma's a bitch.
As abyssal shrieks come pouring from its open mouth, the golem walks towards Ivan. He tries to escape by jumping off the second floor and breaks his shin in the fall. Trying to scramble away, the golem grabs Ivan and knocks him out as Darcy takes her last breath.
It's coming, Max. It's coming.
Oh, did he just break his ankle?
Probably. I heard a crunch. Oh,
Ew.
worse. Much worse.
Oh, God.
Oh, bitch, he coming.
Oh yeah, you creeping.
I think he's about to pop his cherry. Oh, yeah. After all that, you're not gonna kill him? Cut to Ivan waking up in the asylum hospital bed. Ted pinches his toe. Max wants y'all to know that those are some seriously long toes. And said, "This isn't Charles Xavier's facility." I love how he called Ivan's feet mutant feet. Mutant feet. Yeah. Ivan jerks awake and asks why he's there. Ivan says someone attacked him at the house. Ted catches him in a lie and says he knows. He told the nurse that the wooden man came to life and attacked him. Ivan agrees that's what happened. Ted says if it was alive, then why could he burn it without it screaming? Ted knows that Ivan wanted to see a priest to confess. Ted explains that he would get questioned as to why he employed and befriended a previous patient, implying that Ivan was in the asylum before. This is his plan all along.
You're not good at your job. You're the worst.
Right?
He also threatens Ivan not to tell the priest anything about his crimes, as he would spend his life in prison. He says one of the perks of working there is that no one really asks questions. Later, Ivan is awoken by the unleashed Hannibal Lecter masked man nibbling on his toes.
Ah, back to this guy.
Oh, he's gonna eat him alive, huh?
That's good. Good guess.
Those toes look so tasty.
Ugh. They look horrible. Oh, I don't want to see that. Ugh. We hear Yana's voicemail telling Ted to fuck off. She's not interested in a guy who's had 2 murders at his house.
Well, at least she's not
All right.
totally gone.
Yeah. So yeah, she was just motivated
She
by
was
fear.
Freaked out, yeah. I could see me becoming a real asshole being afraid.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls up to the house and finds a package sitting there from Darcy's Oddities shop. He pulls out the cursed bell, haunted with the murderous spirit of the bellboy.
Oh,
Love that.
a postmarked
Ding dong.
mail.
Avon's calling.
Ding dong, yeah. What's in there? I wonder. I hope it's a tiny golem and it somehow jumps inside his body and kills him.
It's just the
Like
best
Ant-Man.
haunted item that she has.
Yeah, it's like the most cursed.
Oh,
It's the bellboy! Oh, yeah, I want to see this.
He stares at it for a while and rings the bell. He waits a minute, looks around, hears some creaks, and starts laughing like he knew it was not real all along. Little does he know, the bellboy is standing with his arms crossed behind him.
Go ahead, bro. Fucking do it. Since you don't believe in any of this stuff. Push it.
She knew how to get him too, because his fucking ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way to bring him down.
Karma's a bitch and you're looking at it.
You can't help yourself. You're gonna ring that bell, motherfucker. Is that how the movie's gonna end, with the bell ring?
I hope we at least see what comes for him. Oh, he's got a long ways to go.
Coming from hell and all.
Yeah. It's probably coming from that hotel.
Smug motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gonna ring it a bunch. Ooh. Well, he's gonna die now.
Love that.
Ted fucked around and found out.
Max is very upset that we didn't get to see Ted get murdered by the bellboy. He said we were edged and didn't get the payoff.
You know, that movie was really well done as far as like not letting us see any of the gory stuff that I wouldn't have wanted to see, but still placing it very much there of like, you know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was great. Well done.
Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it definitely had the skewies. The skewies. I got skewed.
Yeah.
Man.
Kind of was hoping we would see that dude get murdered, but
I like seeing his like smug smile
Just
while
smug
we know that
motherfucker.
like he's about
He's
to get
right
taken
there.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something to be said there.
Like he thinks he's got the last laugh kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
What would drive somebody to murder somebody over
Just like a
like
divorce.
wanting to get out of a relationship?
Yeah, it's like, what year is it? Let's get a fucking divorce. I don't know if it was like a reflection of that guy, but the fact that they bought a castle and they just like did a bunch of modern shit in it is like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like it says enough about the dude for me to be like, I'm not gonna like you.
He's the worst.
Yeah, right?
He's the worst.
He's the worst. Like, because if you got
He
a
had
castle,
it coming.
if you had a
He
castle,
had it coming.
exactly.
He
only had himself to blame. But like, you would think you would at least integrate some parts of the castle into your new thing. I don't know. There's plenty of ways to integrate it and not look like literally. I mean, it looked like a warehouse. Is what it looked like.
I'm glad that the girlfriend got out unscathed. Like,
Yeah, I mean, she was a bitch, but I think that
I mean, she's haunted
think
now for the
she
rest of her
knew-
life.
yes.
You know, like that was
Yes.
enough damage for like, hey, don't fuck around.
it seemed that the sister was able to intuit that the girl wasn't actually just a total see you next Tuesday. She was scared.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood. Oh, is this a Spectre Vision? Because you know Elijah Wood has a production company called Spectre
know
Vision.
that.
Because you probably saw it from Sapphire. Sapphire just got adopted by Spectre Vision.
I did not see that, but I knew that because of his interview on Armchair. Well, I liked that one.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I thought it was a good mix of scary and story.
Yeah, I definitely have like so much curiosity about the different patients that he was treating and like what kind of stuff he was hearing from them, because I wonder how much it affected his psyche, you know? Like I always have so much I guess, empathy for like therapists and stuff because of how much they have to take on in a day, like emotionally. And I could not imagine if you're taking on the deepest, darkest thoughts of someone's like very chemically unbalanced brain, that has to affect you in some way. And that guy clearly had an ego to where he's not receiving therapy of any sort.
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah, that dude is definitely
He wasn't getting any help in any way.
Narcissist, sociopath at least. Yeah, so it's like he probably hears all these horrible things. And he's like, well, the only option I have is murder. You know, because he's like hearing all these people, the people that he sees every day, you know, instead of being like, oh, well, I could have just gotten a divorce. All the more dark that he is like kind of curating this asylum of his to be his
Right, I know. I wonder how many more patients of his were people that he like got put away there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of, I'm gonna go with Gollum horror. There's not a whole lot of that.
I definitely want to know more about that. I want to know about the witch who made it. Why did they make it? Like, where's the prequel?
Especially because, like, I want to know, like, the Irish roots of that. You know what I mean? Because, like, golems exist in, like, every culture, pretty much. I'm just, like, craving more variety in my horror, you know? And I really enjoy watching shows and movies that are talking about cryptids and ghouls and ghosts that I am not familiar with, you know? And, like, describing them.
The golem is a clay monster from Jewish lore that is half superhero and half monster. Commentary on power, creativity, and control, and it reflects Jewish anxieties and desires. The golem can be victim or villain, man or woman, and can symbolize war, community, isolation, hope, and despair.
The director did do a few interviews where he mentioned that the inspiration was specifically like Jewish folklore golems.
Yeah. One of the things I enjoyed about the way that this movie came together, the director was talking about, what's the director's name again, if we can pull that up really quick?
Damien McCarthy.
Damien McCarthy stated in one of the interviews that he kind of pulled a bunch of the pieces of this story together because they were all things that he couldn't really find a full story for or couldn't find how to put them into anything else. And so a lot of these pieces, like the bell and the Olin Boyle story of him like trying to save her and not being successful, like those things were all meant to be kind of like short stories, or they just weren't finding their way into something, and how they all came together really well for this movie I think is really cool. Just hold on to those little pieces even if you don't know what they're for yet, you know?
Yeah. And I think I read that he, like, his first story directorial debut, I'm not sure if it became a movie or whatever, was something to the lines of the story of Olin Boole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
He brought him back for this.
Yeah, because I definitely wonder like more about Olin and like why was he there? And,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it did feel kind of like a Cabinet of Curiosities movie. Didn't Ted burn?
Oh yeah, Ted burned
golem?
the golem. Still thinking that none of that stuff is real. Like,
But enough for him to burn it.
right, enough for him to be like, yeah, but I don't want that. I mean, I would burn it even if I didn't believe that thing is horrifying.
It's super creepy. Yeah, it's not like you want to keep that around for the vibes. Yeah. Yeah,
Keep it around for the vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
Some really horrific vibes.
Yeah, right. No good vibes here.
Not today, Santa.
Not today, Santa.
Here's one thing that I have thought of as we have reflected on this movie quite a bit. I think one of the overarching themes is the you can't judge a book by its cover kind of thing. It's the not everything is as it seems.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily trust what's right in front of you. And I think this is represented in a couple ways, right? Like it's represented with Ted not being who you think he is, with Darcy not having sight, but having a different type of sight with her, like, third eye sight, or whatever you would refer to that as in her...
True
like,
sight.
True sight, spiritual sight, whatever you want to call it.
Olin Boole.
Olin, yeah, Olin seems like I definitely don't want to open the door for that guy, but if she had opened the door, it might have saved her life. Yeah, there's just, like, a lot of overarching themes of, like, nothing's quite what it seems, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do wish that there was, like, just a tiny bit more exposition around the lore of the thing.
Yes,
you know,
about why they have it.
Yeah, why they have it.
Yes.
Why did a witch give Danny and Darcy's parents that thing?
Yeah, it
for
could
their
almost
wedding.
be a whole nother movie.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, like, why did they do that? Was that a gift? Was it a curse? Like, so I think we need to establish some sort of rating system.
oh boy.
So I was thinking, like, loosely, I'm gonna quote my friend Justin here, on, like, a 1 to 5. Like, I hated it, I didn't like it, meh, I liked it, I loved it.
Yeah, I would see it again.
I think I'd give it, like, a solid 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I think a solid 4 is good.
Yeah, like, I definitely think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good time, but now if we're rating it on, like, how scary it was...
That's hard because we get scared by different things, I feel like.
We don't have to agree.
I just mean in general, like, people get scared by different things, so what is scary? I would say scare level, it's like a medium.
Yeah.
Like, I would say it's like medium scares.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel they do a really good job of keeping the tension up, so the medium scare level is, like, consistent,
Yeah.
you know? Punctuated with moments of horror.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. See you later, ghoulies. Happy first episode.
Happy 10 episodes.
Fuck yeah.
That's our 10th episode.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Basically, our whole podcast is trying to define horror stories for people who want to know about the story, but maybe don't want to endure the horror, you know?
Our goal for this podcast is kind of talking about, like, what else is going on in the movie that maybe isn't being so obviously talked about. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. See you later, ghoulies.
Yana makes a charcuterie board and watches.
I was so hoping you were going to say that. I was so hoping you were going to say charcuterie. I was like, please, Kayla, please do it. Please,
I thought you were
please.
going to write it like that.
I should have. I don't know.
No, it's great.
Just please.
I will.
Please keep it in. Just keep it in.